Hello, you're back with Dave and Tim at a single malt review as we eschew the single malts for a time and continue this wonderful journey through some plantation rums.
It's rum time. I love it. Isla loves it. She is ready.
Yes.
Ready to engage. Right, what do we got this time?
Well, today we're venturing back to one of the traditional rum strongholds of Jamaica. There we have. This is Plantation's Xaymaca Special Dry, 100% pot distilled Jamaican rum. Jamaica being the traditional name for Jamaica itself. So we have here the invited to discover the legendary rum funk of Jamaica.
Ooh.
With Xaymaca Special Dry, Plantation revives the quintessential Jamaican style 100% pot distilled rums with an expression of intense flavours that reveal the traditional legendary rum funk.
Oh,
This plumber rum is perfect as an after-dinner drink or in a Collins.
well, let's see. Put it through its paces. You can definitely tell it's pot still. That is a... Well, there are pungent rums, but once you get into that pot still territory, it is a whole new deal. They are absolutely punchy. Absolutely punchy with the fragrance. Yeah, that comes roaring out of the glass.
So nice green vegetation aromas coming off.
Yeah, if you can imagine the last one we tried and that traditional sort of that traditional style of mass-produced rum, old or young though it may be, that one's like a big old bowl of brown sugar.
Yeah.
Whereas pot still rum like this, or rum agricole as it's sometimes called, that is really, you can taste the green in the sugarcane. That's a much more herbal kind of a jobby. Yeah, that's a pretty compelling nose. That is fresh and fruity.
And the French cognac casks used for the secondary maturation are going to influence, of course, but hopefully it's still one of the traditional sort of drier rum there too.
Yeah. There's lime citrus in here.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
really
really
interesting.
this hint of like...
It's a zest almost, freshly zested lime. Some pineapple almost. It's the acid. The acid is probably the main thing.
Like a little bit of a solvent, probably.
Yeah. Really, really lifted. Yeah. This has a lot of promise. Let's see.
Oh, I nearly made myself cough there. Went straight
It's
to the back of the
pretty
throat
fiery.
and set some stuff on fire. Oh, yep, tingle from the front of the tongue right to the back. I need to come on again to get a better feel for that. Hopefully there's inhalation this time.
This is an interesting palate. There's a real sort of sweet sugarcane sparkle right on the tip of the tongue, and then most of it's kind of on the finish. There's a warming, slightly spicy, fairly alcoholic mid palate on there, but then it only really opens up and gets going right on the end. I wonder if it needs water. I wonder if this is a little closed. Because I was expecting a bit more bombast out of the flavour here.
I like that. It's got a subdued intensity to it. It's just simmering away there, not boiling over, not roiling.
Oh boy, try it with a few drops of water. I think I have. The funk has engaged. The funk has activated.
A good dryness. It's putting me in mind of a Fino sherry. A kind of intense, almost burning dryness.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that water has activated something. That is a significantly more
It's brought out a touch
pungent
of
nose.
modelling glue on the nose almost.
Yeah, that's weird. There's mineral characters coming off now. This is an odd rum.
Yeah, there's plenty of herbs, some florals, spice, much more fruit.
Yeah, I think way, way, way younger than the previous example. Not that this one claimed to be old. This one's whole deal is the pot stilled nature of it. But that is. I thought they were having a bit of a go with the funk, but no, with that water, the funk is out.
It is nice. It is so dry and musty. You get those characteristics used with certain Scotch whisky, where something can be fusty or jute-like or dry, and yeah, similar things happening here. It's a kind of end of the flavour spectrum you don't expect to get from rum generally.
I like this one. I do not think I like it quite as much as the previous example, the Gran Añejo. I think this one it's a fascinating rum.
Yeah.
And for those who haven't tried pot still rum before, it will be a real eye-opener because the difference is vast. It's not as vast as, say, pot stilled versus column distilled grain whiskey because fundamentally the ingredient has not changed. People like to make the comparison of pot distillation as it exists in Scotch, but that's quite false when you're doing it with the rum because it's sugarcane either way, whereas you look at grain whiskey in Scotland and it's made of completely different building blocks. They have used a different grain. The malt's been cut out of the equation in addition to changing the distillation method, so not really a fair comparison. Rum is pretty much closer together. It's just you get these wild herbal characters are what you lose when you take the pot distillation out of the equation. So I'm going to say, interesting and eye-opening. Maybe not as complete a package as the Gran Añejo. This one probably gets knocked down to an 87 for me as this incredible roller coaster continues. I think it's been up, down since the very beginning, which is the sign of a good eclectic mix for sure. What were you thinking on this one?
Wow. I'm heading in a similar direction. The spectacular dryness, the funky, unique character is really something to write home about. It is a unique point on here. It makes it a little harder to get into this rum, but it's no less complex because of it. It is super engaging. It's got variety. It's got a proper flavour journey to it. It's a little less of the, I suppose, cloying sweetness of some of the other rums, but that's okay. For me, it's an 88. It is a very solid experience. I'm really glad I tried it, and I'll happily drink it again.
Yeah, no, it is good stuff. I think only a couple years more age on this, and I think this might be firing on significantly more cylinders.
This one was actually an award winner. For those keeping score at home, this was rated Best Product in the Mixology Bar Awards in 2019.
Best Product. Oh, well, maybe it's got some nimble chops as a mixer. I could see this in a pretty mean.
They do recommend it in a Collins in their tasting notes here. I don't know what one of those is. Cocktails aren't really my forte.
Collins is just pretty much any tall. A lot of tall cocktails. You hum around calling it Collins, coming in a Collins glass, in fact. But that's where my expertise on the whole bit ends. But good stuff. And now we're on to the lucky last, which tantalisingly presented. They're implying it's extremely old without the use of numbers. The magic trick once again. All right, stick around for that one. Cheers, Sludger.